Temu recently contacted me and asked if I'd be interested in collaborating with them. They would send me some products and I would review them. I told them I would be interested as long as I could be completely honest in my review with my audience and say what I really thought about the products, and they were fine with that. So I got this huge package from Temu. I'm starting out with a bare face because I was able to get enough products to do a full face of makeup. I got a few household items as well, so I'm going to intersperse those in between. Editing Tina here, and sorry for the horrible quality on my webcam, but I am not going to intersperse those other items because this video got really long, and so I'm going to do those other items probably as a short. Back to the video. But I'm going to right now go away, open all this up, and I'll be right back to share my Temu haul with you. Okay, that was seriously some of the most fun I've had unboxing product in a really long time. My daughter, my daughter-in-law, my son, and my husband were there. I took it out to the kitchen table and we went through everything and just had a blast. I did take a shot of everything before we took it out of all the bags, and they come in these little plastic bags with a zipper, and everything was packed in there and then kind of packed really tight and wrapped up tight. Nothing is broken. One more point, they did give me a discount code. It is FAST758, and that will get you 30% off an order if you are a new user. So I will have everything listed and linked in the description box below. And when I go through this, I'm not going to take the time right now to look up the prices that I paid, but that will all be listed, and I'll put it on the screen also so that you will know how much things cost. A few of the things that I wanted were out of stock. There was a shirt that I wanted and a couple of things. My rep substituted some things, and other things she just didn't send. So I'll let you know if something is a substitute. Okay, I think this was probably the most expensive thing I ordered since the shirt didn't come. I think it was still $10 or under, and it's this lighted 10x makeup mirror. And I went ahead and took it out and put batteries in it. It does need 3 AAA batteries, and it's going to blind you, so I'm going to put my hand on it like this. But it has a suction cup, and I haven't quite figured it out. Somehow you turn the base to make it suction, but I didn't want to do that on my kitchen table, and so I haven't tried the suction cup yet. And then it's also lighted, so you can turn it on like that. But the 10x mirror that I have and that I use all of the time is this size, and that's quite a bit bigger, and I think that's going to be really helpful and handy because I need 10x magnification in order to do close work on my eyes. So this is great. I can see my whole face, and it's kind of a little bit scary. Don't pay too close attention to what you see in a 10x mirror. Nobody sees that. But I do need it to make sure that I haven't missed something that people with normal eyes can see. So I am going to put that, see if I can figure out. Oh, the suction cup is really easy. Okay, so when you put it on the table, you just twist it a little bit and it suctions it down, and when you want to release it, you twist it the other way. Sorry for headphone wearers. And it sticks really well. So, all right. And then it has, now I gotta unstick it. And then it has this swivel on here, so it swivels all over the place. That's really cool. Wow. Okay, I like that. First couple of things I'm going to do, I got some skincare. This R Top R Mango Neck Firming Cream, and you can see I have kind of chicken skin right here and a couple of lines that go across. I have a really big line that goes all the way across, and then I've got others here. I've got this X in the middle. That's really interesting. And this neck cream says, rich in a variety of plant essence nutrients, gives skin abundant nutrition and moisture, helps to revitalize the skin bottom, repairs wrinkles, fine lines, and other skin problems, achieves firming neck skin and rejuvenating effects, keeps healthy, natural, and young skin. So I am going to use this neck firming cream. It's not going to do much today because typically these things need more time to work, but I have other things that I'm doing right now that I have to do like continually and then update you guys on, and it is sealed. Some of the stuff was sealed, some of it wasn't, and I'm just going to live dangerously and use it anyway. And so it's kind of oozing out a little bit. It doesn't have a scent, and so I'm just going to put that on my neck. And then I'll let you know in a month or so if I like it or not. Okay, then I got this Japan Sakura eye cream. It's a really big bottle for eye cream. This is going to last a really long time. I did test this behind my ear. It recommends doing a skin test behind your ear. Didn't feel anything, so that's okay. Nourish eye skin, reduce dark circles, remove fine lines. This eye cream contains Sakura essence from Tokyo, Japan, which can moisturize the eyes and help to remove the lines. With the ingredient of nicotinamide, it can brighten the skin and reduce dark circles around the eyes. It's just a kind of a milky, sort of a gelish kind of cream. And so let's put that on. I don't know. It's not dry. Not dry yet. It just feels kind of hydrated, and yeah, I like it. Okay. And then I thought this would be fun. These are eyelid tapes, and I've never used them. I don't know how to use them, but we're going to try it anyway. You're supposed to put these little tapes on your eyelid, and then it's supposed to reduce the look of hooded eyes. And you put your eye makeup right over the top of them. All of the directions are in a foreign language that I cannot read. I probably should have taken the time to watch a YouTube video or something to help me with this, but I didn't. And it has this little, I guess, applicator, but I'm not really sure how that works. So we're just gonna try it out together, okay? Okay, so what I did, I don't know if this is what you're supposed to do or not, but I picked it up with just a little bit of the tape onto this little thing right here, and I'm hoping that this will help me put it in the right place. I am going to use my 10X, but I'm going to have to look down to do this. So let me see if I cannot get completely out of frame. Ah! I don't think I did that right. I don't think I put that in the right place because it's like folding over. Dang it, now I gotta figure out how to get it off. Okay, we're gonna use the same one and try and reapply. Does anybody know where this is supposed to go? Does it go below the crease or in the crease? Okay, that didn't do anything. This is pathetic. We're gonna try one more time. Can you see what this is doing? When I open my eye, it like wrinkles and then folds over. Okay, we're not going to do these right now. I'm going to have to figure out how to do this before I try this again because it's not working the way it's supposed to. Okay, so these are going back in their little package for now, and I will try this again another day. And if I figure it out, I will share it with you, okay? Because they do stick, and they are pretty much invisible once they go on. They just are doing weird things to my eyelids. So, like I said, probably should have watched a YouTube video first. Okay, the rest of this stuff I think I know how to use. We're going to start with primer and go all the way to false lashes. The first thing I have is this primer from Senama. And it looks like the Stila One Step Correct. Laura Ray talked about a primer kind of like this once before on her channel, and I'd wanted to get it off of Amazon for a long time. And then when I saw it on Temu, I'm like, that's the primer I want to try. So let me get rid of my hair here for a second. We are all going to just ignore the eczema in my hairline, okay? So this has all three colors in it that you generally color correct with. The lavender brightens, the peachy tone is for covering blueness and veining, and then the green covers red. So I am going to pump this out on my hand so we can see what it looks like. And you can see all the colors in there. That's probably way more than I need, but I wanted to be able to really see the colors. And it pushes up from the bottom as it goes, so hopefully it will stay swirled like that as you use it. And I'm just going to smear this around. It is fragranced. It smells a little grandma perfumey, if you know what I'm talking about. But it also feels really hydrating. As it's drying down, I kind of think maybe it's giving me a little bit of pore smoothing, but I have a pore filling primer, so we don't have to worry about that too much. I didn't really expect this one to do any smoothing. And yes, I had way too much on my hand. So I'm not sure how much color correcting it actually did. The colors were very pale once I pumped them out onto my hand. So we'll see if it helps with makeup lasting. We are going to the rodeo tonight, so I'm getting ready filming, and then we're going to the rodeo, so that should be a lot of fun. I had to go retrieve my magnifying glass. We had gotten it out when we were unboxing in order to read some of the packaging, and I forgot to bring it back in here because sometimes when you get teeny tiny prices, it's because they're teeny tiny products. And this pore filling primer is a teeny tiny product. It is from Dubork Invisible Pore Face Primer. Smooth, mattifying, invisible pore primer instantly fills in and blurs imperfections for silky soft skin. It does have squalene in it, so it should be a little bit hydrating anyway. Pretty much it's just silicones though. And it is 0.2 fluid ounces. A lot of times primers come in full ounces. So this is only 1/5 of an ounce. Anyway, we're going to pump this onto my hand, just a little bit there. And it's just a gel primer. Feels very silicone-y when we were opening these. We kind of tested them on our hand, and it's definitely just a silicone pore filling primer. My daughter actually didn't like the feel of it. She said that it almost burned a little, but I am not feeling anything like that on my hand. So I don't feel it warming or anything like that. Okay, so I'm not very good at this. I should have done half of my face so you could see if it was actually pore filling or not. But I do think that it looks a little bit blurred through there. Okay, I'm going to probably have to open a window here. The next product I have I got because I saw Leanna open it, and it was so pretty that I just had to try it. And that is the foundation from Bio Aqua. This packaging is just so pretty. I mean, look at that. Okay, storage is going to be a problem, but it's pretty enough that you just want to leave it sitting out anyway on your vanity. The top pops off, and that's the little applicator sponge. And then you push this little button right there, and this opens up. There's a mirror, and then you open here, and then the makeup part is actually covered, and you take that off. Okay, and so then the makeup is a cushion makeup, and it's down inside there. So you take this little thing and you press it in, and it makes that really pretty design on there. And that's only going to happen like the first time you use it, because then it's going to get dirty. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and just stamp that on. Oh, look, isn't that pretty? And I don't know that I'm going to apply this necessarily completely with the sponge. In fact, I probably won't, because the edges are kind of hard when you want to get into a corner. It doesn't get in there very well. So I think what I'm going to do is just put it on with the sponge and then use my own Damp and Beauty sponge to blend it in. And this color isn't bad for me. I got the lightest color, which this is working pretty good. I don't know if this is the one that they advertised would cover tattoos and stuff, but I don't think you're get that good a coverage to cover tattoos. Doesn't really seem like there's a lot in here, guys. Okay, that got me some more. Now, I did have quite a bit of redness on my forehead, and it did cover it pretty good. I'm going to actually use this sponge and see if I can get some on it. Oh yeah, I think that might have worked better. Okay, I kind of like the coverage that I ended up with. It did take just a little bit to get there, but it's not bad. And the color isn't bad either. It's maybe a little light, but I've got bronzer and stuff, so we'll warm it up. But it's really pretty. If you're counting on it covering a tattoo, it's not going to do that. But it is pretty, and it's got a nice finish, I think. concealer, and this one came in a little Ziploc and a box, which is kind of cool. And again, a tiny little package. This is from Look Ave, Lookave maybe? Conceal and Define for blemish-prone skin, full coverage. And I have the color 01 Light. And like I said, teeny tiny bottle. I mean, you don't really go through concealers very quickly anyway, so, but it actually has a little tiny doe foot. And so did I get a corrector? No, I wanted to make sure I didn't get a color corrector that I was supposed to use first. It's a little bit yellow, but a little bit yellow is not bad because it will help hide under eye circles. And so I'm just going to paint that on the inner corners and put a little bit here at the outer edges. I am going to simply blend that with my fingers, which is what I usually do. I blend it in and then I kind of look up and just tap tap to use the warmth of my finger to blend that in under my eyes. And I'm going to grab my 10X and see what that looks like. Honestly, that didn't do bad. Again, should have done one before I put it on the other. Why don't you guys remind me of that stuff? Oh, one of these days, maybe I'll get good at this. I'm not a makeup artist. I just love makeup and I love sharing what I've discovered in the hopes that maybe it will help somebody else. That blended in really quickly. I'm kind of impressed. And is it the best under eye concealer I've ever used? No, but it's not the worst either. So let's see what that does, if it sets down or if I need to powder it. I'm not going to powder right away because I do have a liquid blush and cream bronzer and highlight. So we will go on to... It's not me filming a video if I don't drop at least one thing on the floor. I have this ICVC Essential Contour Stick. It's called the Play Stick 101, and it has a highlighter on one end, contour on the other. The color is 02. And so I'm going to draw this. Oh, that's very light. I'm going to have to put a little more on there. I've got the e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator, and this makes a good cream bronzer blender as well. Kind of blended away, didn't it? Guess I'm glad I didn't get the lighter shade. Okay, it's building up a little bit. That's actually not bad if you're new to cream products, for something to build rather than just you put it on there and then you have all of this pigment that you don't know what to do with. So I'm not mad about this, especially since, you know, for the price. That's not horrible. Is it my favorite? No. My favorite bronzer highlight stick is from Hard Candy. It's the Hard Candy Highlight and Contour Face Duo Stick. This is a really pretty, cool tone bronzer and really like that. I hope they still make it because I don't have very much of it left and I really would like to repurchase it when it's gone. But companies like to discontinue things that I like. And I'm going to draw under here. This is a little warmer than I typically like for a bronzer contour because I like to bronze and contour with the same product. This one's really more of a bronzer color for me because of the oranginess to it, but it's not bad. Okay, so we're going to set that aside for a second. We'll use the highlight in just a second because I have a little baby blush. This is the same company that did the concealer, that Lockave or Lockeve. I'm not sure because it doesn't really look like an A, but I think that's what they're going for. And this is the liquid blush collection. It's the Cheek Water Flip Blush in 02, and it's kind of a peachy tone. I will just give a swatch right there. When we were playing with this, as we were opening it, we noticed it wasn't super pigmented, but I'm hoping it will build. So we're going to put that on my cheek, and I'm just going to use my fingers to blend. The good news is it doesn't appear to be lifting my foundation from underneath. This side, let's do with my stippling brush. I think it might be leaving me with a little more pigment with the brush, but the brush might have lifted a little bit of the foundation underneath where I don't think I got that with my fingers. So take that for what it's worth. I'm looking really glowy with all of these cream products, and I think it's really pretty. Okay, so now I actually have two highlighters. So I'm going to use this one to highlight some areas of my face that I want to bring brightness to, and then I'm going to use the highlighter on my cheeks. So this one, I'm going to put a little brightness down the center of my nose, and right there on my chin, and there. I'm going to blend this in with my sponge. And then I'm going to take a little here to help lift the corners of my mouth. And maybe here to lift the outer corners of my eye. That's a really creamy stick. I kind of like it. I'm going to powder, and then I'm going to use the powder highlighter. I got this Banzier Light and Soft Monster Loose Powder. I don't know why there's a cow on the powder, but it's really cute. Okay, I think it's a raccoon on the inside, but it's a cow on the outside. And it comes with a puff, and it's one of those velour puffs. It's not one of the spongy ones. And I'm having trouble getting the sticker off. the whole sifter came off. Do you see that powder? Oh my goodness. It is really stuck on there. Okay, got it off. Whew. So I'll tap just a little bit into the lid. It's a little bit dark, so I don't know if it's going to add coverage or not. We'll find out. Taking just a big fluffy powder brush, dabbing it in there. Oh my goodness, it is really powdery. It does have fragrance, and it does add some color and coverage. So it's a little bit orangey for me. Not a great color, but let's ignore that and see how it does as a powder. I think it really kind of came in and blurred my pores and stuff right there really well. Wow. Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to the rodeo tonight and won't have time to do an update on a wear test on any of this, but I will let you know in either the description box or a pinned comment how things wore. Because I know, makeup is one thing when you put it on, and it can be a completely different story after a few hours. Okay, so after I put my powder on, I decided I wanted to see what the blush would do if I put it over powder. And so I added a little bit more, and it actually did fine. I think maybe it's a little bit patchy, but I'm not sure if that's the blush or if it's the contour underneath. So I don't know. I did get this Hendayen Diamond Powder Highlighter. I saw Erica Conger got this in her Temu haul, and I wanted to try it, so I did, and it is beautiful in the package. I got the pinky one, which, the blush is kind of peachy, and that's the hard thing about Temu, is it's really hard to see what the colors are, and this is a little bit chalky feeling, but it's a very, very beaming highlight, and it is a little bit glittery, so if you're worried about it showing your texture, it might. I honestly don't pay that much attention to whether products accentuate texture or not, because if I like them, I wear them. So I'm going to take a little brush and go in with this pink highlighter on top of my peach blush. We're just going to go with it. And, ooh, yeah, that is very beaming. So I'm going to use my finger and blend a little bit. Have you seen my sponge? Oh, I found it. And then I'm going to take that sponge that I used for my foundation, and I'm just going to blend all of that cheek product together. What do you think? I think it's pretty. And it's definitely a pretty package. I'm going to now prime my eyes. I have this Aviril, I don't know, something like that. Eyeshadow primer, full coverage, waterproof concealer, it says. And it is waterproof. My daughter tried it on the back of her hand, went to wash her hands, and it did not come off. So I got the shade Ivory, and it is really, really pale, which is what I want because I have other eyeshadow primers and they're kind of yellow, but I wanted one that was not white, but very pale. And that's what that looks like. I'm going to dab that between my fingers and put that on, and we'll see how much coverage it gives. And I have too much, so I'm going to grab a fluffy brush and use that to help blend it in. I found I can get into the corners a little better when I use a brush and get a little bit smoother coverage than when I'm using just my finger. At a certain point, when it starts to dry, my finger starts to stick to the product and lift it off rather than having it blend in. Oh, I'm very happy with that. That looks just like what I want an eyeshadow primer to look like on my eyes. I want it to blank out the discoloration and veining and redness and just leave a nice smooth base for my eyeshadow. And this is doing that very well. It's very brightening, and so the colors that you put over it are going to be more vibrant. All right, let me take a look in my 10X and see if I've got any creasing. A little bit. So I'm going to tap that out with my fingers. All right, we're going to let that set. And while we let it set, we're going to put on my eyebrow pencil that I got. This is my Only Gold Bars eyebrow pencil. And this looks exactly like the Koki packaging. I had a Koki eyebrow pencil that I got in Ipsy that I absolutely loved. And it was square like this and gold. And this looks like the exact component for that Koki pencil. It does have a spoolie on the end. And the color just says number 2. I had a really hard time on the website finding a color that I thought would not be too warm, and I think this one is warm also. Darn it. They all looked really warm, really dark, or completely gray. There wasn't a good taupe in just about any eye product that I saw. So anyway, we will do the best we can with this. Hopefully it just won't be too dark. It's going on really easily. So my complaint would be they need a blonde taupe color. And let me go in with the spoolie and... I mean, this would have been okay with my previous hair color when I had more red in it. But now with my blonde, I think it's a little red. All right, I'm going to do the other one. You don't have to watch. I don't have any complaints about the product itself. I thought it went on really well. It was easy to draw those little hair-like strokes. And yeah, so I obviously don't know how it's going to last yet. But if you can find a color that works for you, then I would recommend this because you go through eyebrow pencils really quickly usually, and there's really no need to spend a fortune on an eyebrow pencil. Okay, now we're going to go on to eyes, and I got 2 eyeshadow palettes, so I'm going to have to figure out which one I'm going to use, and I'll use the other one in another video sometime. It was a little difficult for me because I couldn't see ingredients. I had to just kind of take my chances and then check the ingredients when they came in. And the first one I got is this Novo 8 Colors eyeshadow palette, and I can't read what it says on it. It's got writing on the lid, but I can't read it with the product underneath. There is a shade saver in there. So let me see if I can put something dark behind it that I can read it because, okay, there we go. Smooth and docile makeup. I don't know what non-docile makeup would be, but I don't know if I want to find out. Shiny eye makeup, bright and charming, deepen the eye contour, fine powder. So that's what it says on the front of it. And it's just a neutral palette. I like that the lighter color and the transition color are bigger because you tend to use more of those than you do the others. And I'm not going to use this one, but I will swatch it. So it has all mattes except for this one shimmer right here. So let's test that little. That's very buttery. Oh my goodness. That's really nice. Wow, call me impressed. I'm gonna go ahead and just swatch them all. That is exactly my skin tone, so you can't even see it. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then there's this one. That's also really light. And then we have a little bit deeper brown. A little bit patchy, not gonna lie. And then the next two colors are here. So there's that one. And then the deeper brown. And then we have the big light shade and the big brown shade. So there's the light one and the brown one. And then once more we'll put the shimmer with the rest of them. So is it the greatest quality I've ever seen? No. Would it give you a neutral eye? Yes. So I'm not sure about this one. I'll have to use it on my eyes because sometimes swatches don't tell the whole story. So I'm not willing to dismiss it just out of hand without actually putting it on my eyes. So I mean, who am I kidding? I knew I was going to use this one to put on, and this one actually does not have carmine in the formula. I could check that on the ingredients on the back. And this is the You Can Be Aromas palette, and it is, there went the shade saver. It is intended to be a dupe for the Huda Beauty New Nudes. And here you can see that it has those marbly colors, and it does not have the jelly kind of colors, but it does have a couple of pressed glitters. I'm probably not going to use those, but let's swatch just a few. I don't think I'm going to swatch out the whole palette, but we'll swatch a glitter. Oh my goodness, those glitters are super soft. Wow. I just like sunk my finger in that. So again, on the side of my arm here. I mean, it's just straight up glitter and it's in kind of a jelly base. So yeah, I'm not going to be using the glitters. I don't want them falling in my contacts and scratching my eyes. They're pretty, but not what I'm going to use. So instead, let's look at one of these marbled shimmers. Like maybe this one over here, the color is Exquisite. So go in there. It's very soft and buttery feeling. And okay, that is impressive. That's a very pretty shimmer. It all came off my finger onto my arm and was very soft. I like that. Let me try Castle. That's this gold one down here, and it has some pink marbling in it. That's pretty too. And one more shimmer. There's other ones in here, but let's just do one more shimmer. Let's do Dream World right here. It's kind of a coppery color, and it has pink and gold marbling. Can you see the shift? All right, let's see if it shifts when we... I mean, everything kind of smears together when you stick your finger in it, but then when you put it on... Oh yeah, I can see it shifty. I think I might want to use that color today. All right, so then just for a couple of the mattes, we have Love Bite is the deepest matte down here in the corner. Oh, look at the pigment on that. Wow. Let's see if it's a little patchy. Let's give it another go and see what happens. It blends pretty good. It's not bad. Secret is a little bit of a warmer brown. That one actually did really well. So looks like it's kind of a mixed bag, as these palettes can tend to be. And so we're just going to play and put it on my eyes and see what we come up with. So the first thing I'm going to do is go into Bare, and I'm going to use that to set my eye primer from crease to brow bone. It's a little bit darker of a shade than I normally use to do that. You can see I have a lot of creasing of that primer, so let's pat that out. And go ahead and set that. I like to set above my crease because I've said this before, but if you're new, you might not have heard me. It helps with blending out your transition and other colors, but I don't set below my crease because I want my shimmers to have something to kind of grip to. And again, lots of settling and creasing, but that really doesn't bother me because once I pat it out and set it, it should be okay. Now, if it creases after I pat it out and set it, then it's a problem. And I will let you know how things wore throughout the afternoon and evening. I think for the transition shade, I think I'm going to go into this kind of dusty mauve down here. That is called Misty. The baby cow wanting his mama. And I am not having any issues with this at all. It went on really well and blended really quickly. That was not sped up or anything. That was real time. And I'm ready for the other eye. Now, I am probably going to just show you one eye because this video is going to be long enough as it is. And I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush, but still a fluffy brush. And I'm going to go into a deeper color. I think I'm going to go into Wandering right there and deepen up right in the crease. I'm just putting some on the very tip, and I'm going to take that right into the crease and a little below to get some depth. And I'm also going to use that to build up the outer V, outer third of the eye. Again, that happened really, really quickly. I may do a little more blending, but that's done. Wow. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that and bring it right under the eye, just kind of on the outside. I don't like doing a lot of pink under my eye, but this just kind of helps connect those corners. And I think this would be a really beginner-friendly palette because, like I said, they blended really easily. I'm going to go into Dream World. That was that kind of coppery pink gold shifty color. And I'm going to use my finger and press that onto the lid. And I'm just going to put on the whole thing. I didn't wet it. I don't have any glitter glue on. And we're just going to see how it does. All right, I am going to take a pencil brush and go into Tease. And it's a little bit deeper still. And I just kind of roll my brush in the color. And I'm going to draw this outer V a little more distinctly and bring that under the eye. Just want that right in that outer corner. And I'm going to take it just slightly higher in the crease as well. And I think that's all I need to do. That was super quick and super easy. There isn't really a good inner corner, but we're going to go back to the diamond highlight, and I'm going to take this tiny little brush and swirl it around in there and pop that in the inner corner. Actually, I didn't like that brush. I'm going to take this small flat shader brush instead and put that in there just to brighten up that inner corner. I do like this. Erica Conger, again, influenced me to get this one. This is the Charm 4D Thick Curl Mascara and 2-in-1 eyeliner. 36-hour lasting. Not going to be wearing my mascara for 36 hours. But then down here it says 3D watercolors, so waterproof, so I don't know. But it's an eyeliner and mascara combination all in one. I have not really used a liquid liner in a really long time, and I haven't done above the lash line eyeliner in a really long time, but I'm going to do it today. However, I didn't get a pencil liner, so I'm just going to grab an LA Colors black liner because I want to tight line. I like tight lining. I think it really defines that lower lash line, and because my lashes are so blonde, it helps to kind of disguise the base of my lashes. So the eyeliner says 3D Waterproof Precision Liquid Liner, and it does have a pretty fine tip. Let's see. And so there's the line. It isn't feathering on me. My daughter played with it a little bit ago, and it did kind of feather on her hand, but I also have been messing with swatches and putting things on my hand, so that may be why. But I'm going to use my new 10X mirror, and it's, when is it coming on? The battery door wasn't closed. That's why it wasn't coming on. So I'm going to use this and get in close and see how I do. I do not just ever do a single swipe. I always go in little strips because I have crepey eyes, and if I did a single stripe, it would just skip a whole bunch. It's stiff enough to be able to control the brush, but not so stiff that it's scratchy. And I can get a nice, really thin line with it, which I like since I don't have a lot of lid space. I like doing a really thin line because I don't want to take up too much space with it. I am not going to attempt a wing, but I am going to do just a tiny little flick. Just to give my outer corners a little bit of a lift. But if I don't go any further than the fold, then I don't have to worry about the fold coming down and swooping my line. Curling my eyelashes, be right back. The mascara is a 4D. Oh, that's the difference. Okay, so the eyeliner is 3D and the mascara is 4D. I don't know what that means, but lasting, waterproof, not blooming. I have no idea what they mean by not blooming. I didn't know mascara's bloomed. The texture is smooth, waterproof, and anti-smudge. And the eye makeup is always beautiful. Okay. The brush is silicone bristles, and it's kind of interesting because it like tapers more on the end. Let me put it against my face so you can see. Do you see that right there? Only on one end though. It's flat on that end and then it tapers on that end. So, interesting. Okay, so let's put some on. See what happens. Brush is a little scratchy. So far, volume at the base, but not really getting any length. And it's like nothing came out on my lower lashes. Let me try on the other eye. This brush is weird. I'm not sure which part of it I'm supposed to be using. I feel like I did better on this eye for one coat than I did on this eye, and I'm not sure. Maybe I kind of did this a little bit with the brush, so maybe I got more on it. But let's go ahead and go in with a second coat. I did touch my nose, but I cleaned it up already. I'm going to kind of concentrate more on the tips than the base because I feel like I didn't get very much on the ends of the lashes. But Erica likes it, so I am going to see if I can make this work. Okay, that's getting better. Do you see that now? And they're still separated. They're not getting clumpy. So, but it is weird because like when I pull it out, I have this like string of mascara, so I have to wipe off the tip because otherwise it will make a mess. I wonder if I hold the brush different when I cross over like this because I feel like the left eye looks better than the right eye. Or maybe I'm just delirious. All right, I think the left eye looks like I want it to look. I'm gonna put a little more on the right eye, just on the ends. Okay. What do you think? I don't want to look up too far because I'll get mascara on my brow bone. But yeah, I kind of like it. And we'll see how well it lasts. If there's any flaking or smudging, I'll let you know. And how well it came off, I will let you know that as well. I did get some self-adhesive eyelashes. I wanted to try these because I think they will be really helpful for the play I'm in. I like wearing false lashes when I'm in a play because it makes your eyes more visible on stage. But I'm doing something for the first time I've never done. I'm actually playing a man as well. I have 3 roles in this play, and one of them is a male role. So I have a wig and facial hair, and obviously I can't wear false lashes. So these self-adhesive reusable ones, I could just take them off and then put them back on when I'm a woman again later in the play. The style that I ordered was out of stock, and so my rep sent me these 2 instead. And let me open them so you can see without the glare. This one, the little case is cracked, but they came with this, and I have no idea what this is for. If anybody knows what this is for, if you'd let me know, that would be awesome. And so there's these that are kind of natural and wispy, and I'm going to put these on today. And then the other pair she sent were these, and these are ridiculous. And these are just a little bit over the top. So if you love long, fluffy lashes, go for it. But these are not something that I would ever wear seriously. So I will try them on for you, and then I will take them off. But I'm waiting for my mascara to completely dry. So while it completely dries, I'm actually going to take this down. While it completely dries, let's do some lips. And I have 3 lip products. This one, the color that I wanted, is it this one? Yeah. The color that I wanted was out of stock. And so she picked a different color for me. I wanted the color Honey Butter Brown, and it looked like it would be just a really good neutral. And she sent me, I don't see a color name, she sent me the color 704, but look at this bottle. Isn't this gorgeous? I mean, so pretty. But this is a really, really deep red. I'm going to swatch it for you. It's a very orange red, and I mean, that's just not what I'm going for tonight, but it's really pretty. I'm going to let that dry down and see if it's transfer proof, and I'll let you know, because this is a liquid lipstick. And then I have 2 bullet lipsticks. I have this one from, they keep putting letters upside down. Langmani. This is a matte lipstick in the shade A08. And isn't that pretty? And this is also a really deep color. Did I have this one? No, I guess this is the one I ordered. I must have been feeling vampy that day or something. But so that is just a really pretty kind of berry pink. It doesn't, I'm surprised by how it came out actually based on what it looked like in the bullet. And then this one is, I can't see a name on it. Let me get it out first. This one is kind of in the square packaging, and it's more of a neutral. Again, I don't know brand or anything. It just, the only thing on it is a 604. So but it'll be linked below. So this one, let's do it over here. That's pretty. That's the one I'm going to wear today. I didn't get a lip liner, so I'm just not going to use one. And I'll just put this on and see how it goes. It smells like they tried to make it smell like vanilla or like cake, but they kind of missed. It doesn't smell bad, but it doesn't actually smell good either. It's not enough that I wouldn't use it, but I do kind of hope it doesn't linger. But that's really pretty. I like it. I'm still waiting for that to dry down. You can see it still looks kind of shiny. It's not dry yet. And it does transfer. So let's wait for just a little bit longer. And why don't I see? I'm gonna see about putting on one of these monster lashes here. Hang on. I'm gonna use this 10X mirror that I just got. Turn on that little light and set that on. Oh my goodness. These are heavy. Oh, I think I know what this thing is for. Where'd they go? Where'd it go? I think this is for pressing it on. Maybe. If it's not, somebody tell me so I don't feel stupid. Okay. Wow. I can't even with myself right now. Okay, I'm gonna start crying and mess up my makeup. That is okay, you guys, that's horrible. I'm sorry. If you love eyelashes like this, I still love you. And you can still be my friend. But I might but it's really that is just too much. What do you think? Okay. We are not gonna be wearing that one. But it did stick pretty good. Okay. Well, you go back in your little case with your friend. And I don't think you'll ever come out again. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's try the one that I actually might wear someday. This little case, though, is not very strong, and it's already got a crack in it, so. Okay, so these guys come out of here. So they have their little thing that they sit on like that. And the band is thinner, too. This one had such a thick band. It was just not comfortable at all. It doesn't look like that has an inner and an outer corner, but maybe this side is a little bit smaller than that one. So let's try that for the inner corner. And pick this mirror up. Okay, I am going to use this tweezer to stick down the edges. So if this bothers you, that I'm using a pointy tweezer by my eye, don't look. Okay, that didn't do bad. That was really easy to put on. And they're dramatic, but they're not over the top like those other ones were. I'm not sure if I don't think the outer edge is stuck yet. Okay, now it is. I like that actually. Okay, let me get the other one on. And I think there's a band right there. I don't know, is that a second band, a second piece of glue in case they run out of glue? I don't know. I really don't know anything about self-adhesive lashes. So, like I said, probably should have done a little research before, but this package has been sitting here long enough already. And I just wanted to open it and get this filmed. Okay, so this one, I think I need to trim because it's got a little bit sticking out too far and it doesn't want to actually stick down. But yeah, those are kind of pretty. It's not, oh, this one's not wanting to stick in the corner, is it? So I don't know how many uses you're going to get out of these reusable self-adhesive ones, because I would imagine that at some point the adhesive is just not going to be sticky anymore. But I'm okay with these the way they are. And if you have to put a little glue on them to keep reusing them, well, I guess you got to put a little glue on them to keep reusing them. I'll try to indicate in the description box when I link them which one was which, so that you know not to get these unless you need them for a Halloween party or something like that. Or maybe you just really like big fluffy lashes, but they're a little over the top. Okay, and if you like them, I'm not laughing at you. I was laughing at me in them. All right, that liquid lipstick is pretty well dried down. It's a little bit tacky, so I think if it was on your lips, it'd be kind of sticky, but it's really not transferring. You guys, this was so much fun. Thank you to Temu for sending me these products to review. Was everything perfect? No. I really like this 10X lighted mirror. Definitely would recommend this. I like it a lot. I'll let you know on the neck cream and the eye cream what I think of that. These, I'm going to say no, unless you just really gotta. But the ones I have on, I like. So I will have to let you know on this as well because it didn't swatch great, but that doesn't always mean that it's not going to work great on your eyes. And the eyeliner and mascara so far, I think are good. Erica has been using them for a little bit longer than I have had them, and she loves them. So thank you, Erica, for recommending that, even though you didn't know you recommended it. This eyeshadow palette, yes, I love it. It is so pretty. These colors are my jam. Do I have them in my collection? Of course I do. But this is really pretty, and I'm going to use it a lot. This is just okay. Sorry, Erica. It's a little bit too beaming for my taste. A little bit of glitter instead of just that lit from within glow that I kind of like. But it's also fun, and it was a really pretty inner corner highlight, so I will definitely be using it again for that. The eyebrow pencil, really liked it, except the color. And now that my bangs are down, it's not too bad, so I'm not mad about that. I like this eyeshadow primer. Again, it's one of those things. Let me see, do we have any creasing? I don't think so. No, it's not creasing now. It did crease when I first put it on, but then now I've tapped it out and it's not creasing. By the way, the concealer, oh, I have on my nose. I didn't set that concealer. If you remember, I put powder on my face, but I did not go up under my eyes, and it is not creasing either. So I don't know what magic is in this little bitty bottle of concealer, but it's not creasing. I was not thrilled, however, where'd the blush go? Okay, these tiny little products are hard to keep track of. The little blush, I'm going to say no to. It looks okay now, but it took a lot of work to get there. I had to build it up about 3 times, and once was after I put my powder on. I have better liquid blushes, and I bet they have better liquid blushes too. So the concealer in this brand I liked, the blush not so much. The foundation I think looks really pretty on my skin, and don't know how long it's going to last, but it is so pretty. I mean, the packaging is just stunning. The 2 primers were fun, and I think this pore blurring one actually did blur the pores. Not so sure that this one gave me much color correcting, but it did kind of help smooth my skin a little bit, I think. The powder was very powdery, so I guess that means it's finely milled, right? And it's a little bit deep for me. I think this is M21. If they have a lighter shade, that would have been better for me. The bronzer stick, not thrilled with. The highlighter's fine. I just didn't like the color of the bronzers. And then these things, I'm just going to have to figure out where to put them and how to use them so that they do what they're supposed to do for your eyelids, making them look less hooded. I think I've gone through everything, and this has gotten way long. I hope that you got all the way through it and that you had as much fun as I did, because I really did have a good time with this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending some time with me today. If you're new here, my name is Tina, and I am really glad that you decided to come along on this journey, and hope that you will want to stay by subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you'll know when I upload new videos. If you want to keep hanging out, check out that one over there. I hope that you have a beautiful, blessed day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye. This is my only gold bar. Oh, so professional. But I'm waiting for my eye.